Not everyone needs a buyer's agent, so that's probably worth stating. But the reasons that you would is to get if you value time, clarity, and confidence in your purchase, they're worth exploring. We talked about there's some people who can do that themselves. Choosing the right buyer's agent, essentially, when we distill 2 episodes down, comes down to experience, transparency, and communication, and alignment with what you want, not necessarily just their charisma or their social media claims. And finally, ask lots of questions. Look past the pitch. You're hiring a professional to actually protect your future, not just find you a property. That's important. You need to be diving deep as deep as you can to make sure that you get the right person, Ben. But I declared it in part 1. You declared it in part 1. I'm obviously a buyer's agent. You've acted as a buyer's agent. We are clearly 2 people who think that there's real value in using a buyer's agent. But if we can be as independent as we can and rise up to 30,000 feet, we don't think all buyer's agents are created equal. And therefore, I think that it's not just a case of saying I'm going to use one. It's a case of you've got to use the right one.
Yep. Just study their value proposition holistically, their processes, their proven track record. Obviously, look at reviews where you can. Not everyone is going to be super happy with everything you've done. So you've also got to weigh up, the volume of experiences that businesses have had. You are absolutely looking for connection and communication and a feel for that person that you're going to be working with as part of, and even that company that you're going to be working with as part of going through that buyer's agency process.
Well said.
My question for the buyer's agent who doesn't have any investment experience is what value are they bringing to the table around what is the appropriate price point to pay? Oh, don't worry about that. The mortgage broker, he's told you what you can afford. I'm just going to go out and buy it because they're trying to lock you in for that deal. I would always be saying to people, you're about to go into the business of providing private rental accommodation. This business investment that you're about to make is probably going to be in the vicinity of $500,000 to $1.5 million. Now, if you were thinking about that in terms of buying the local hairdresser shop or the local fish and chip shop or the news agency or maybe a party business, where party hire business, and you were making that type of investment, how much time would you consider looking at the business plan and the financials and what all of that looks like? Because you are going into the business of this, and a lot of people don't go in with their eyes wide open. And so that's why having a business plan is really important. And that's why we also say, as per our book, that's why we've got the case studies at the back of the book, is to sort of show you that they're the nuances. They're the little things you need to know about the business that you're about to go in. And that's the sort of numbers that you need to see. So if you're getting a 1-page business plan with your $750 or $1 million business, I'd be a little bit concerned about how that reflects into your broader wealth creation strategy. I think there is justification, the same sort of thing. My builder's ready to build the house, and here are the plans. And it's 1 A4 piece of paper or 2 pages. Yeah, build me that house there. Well, I need a little bit more detail. I need to know, the floor. I need to know the measurements. I need to know that. So I just think it is a reminder to sort of say, look, there's a lot of enthusiasm in this space. It's a fun job getting out there to go and negotiate and find and buy properties for people. But there are definitely better services out there for those out there. And of course, we're biased. I'm, obviously wearing my Empower Wealth hat with that conversation.